Hi, I'm Jenny from the plot, and this is my allotment. Welcome to my lady garden. There is so much exciting at the plot at the moment. Let me show you. Look at this asparagus. It's so fat, and I totally forgot to bring my knife again. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if it snaps off. Are you gonna? Ah, yes, yes, and I'm gonna take that home tonight. I know it's only 3 spears, but it's gonna be delicious. Now, what else is? Oh, this is a little bit of a flying or dying because the thyme that I replanted is not looking too happy. Strawberry's doing okay, and the anti-rat mint, that's the basil one, and that's the after 8 one, and I was worried that they might not do so well on the side of the compost bay where there's not quite so much sunshine. They both look fine. Oh, this is great, this is great. Well, I won't show you the sweet peas because they're a bit of a disaster. The early potatoes, look at these. We've got 2 lots of rocketing away, and I've just spotted the Anya potatoes have started to come up. So it's all really good news. Let's go to the greenhouse. Welcome to my very tiny greenhouse. In fact, it's even tinier than it was intended to be because I built it hobbit size to present less of a target to the wind. We get quite a lot of wind here. Which also means there's not very much room inside. It gets filled up so fast. As soon as you start sowing things, it's filled. So I've decided today's the day some of those things that are in there are going to have to go out. And let's start with the giant onions. Here are my extra giant onions. I've got to be honest. I mean, look, there's Fee Fi Fo Fum there. He's the biggest. I'm a little bit surprised. Never managed to grow onions from seed before, and they just seem to have taken off. I don't know whether it's the heat or what. I'm amazed. However, I've got 2 trays and they take up quite a lot of room. So the plan today is I'm going to find my 3 most gigantic giant onions and pot them on into slightly larger pots. And the rest of them are going to have to fend for themselves. I'm going to plant them out in the onion bed. Sorry, Pete. But I think it's time. They're looking strong. They're looking surprisingly healthy. Right, but first of all, I need to work out which my biggest onions are. So I'm going to put them in order of size, and we'll start with Fee Fi Fo Fum because we know he's definitely the biggest. So these are my 3 most giantest onions in the world. And I'm going to repot them. Sorry, Pete. But I think it's time. I mean, these pots are absolutely minuscule. I think Fee Fi Fo Fum needs some sort of support now because he's so huge. I'm going to go and see if I can find something in my shed. Okay, so I've found a large peg and some wire, so maybe this will do it. It's not very pretty, but it'll do the job. Let's water these from the bottom. Right, the rest of you onions, B+ for effort, but must try harder. You're going in the onion bed, and that's the end of it. Okay, next on the list to get turfed out of the greenhouse are the parsnips. Now, I've been growing these in loo rolls, which is a technique I've never used before. They've done really well, they've germinated really well. In fact, rather too well, because now I've got multiple seedlings growing in each loo roll. So what I need to do is thin them out. However, I was advised, and I cannot remember for the life of me who told me to do it, but it's such a good idea. I was advised to thin them out by snipping off with scissors the ones that I didn't want, rather than pulling them out, because that would disturb the roots of the ones that I did want. So we're going to snip them out. Let's see. To plant them out. This is the root veg bed. Now, I did mulch this with spent compost in the erroneous belief that all root veg did not like nutritious soil, because I know carrots don't. However, in the intentional gardening live that Stella and I did last month, there was a lot of chat in the chat about how parsnips love manure. I did not know this. So I have decided, not having any bagged manure with me, I've decided to give them a sprinkling of chicken manure once I've planted them out. And we'll see how it goes. Now I have room at the front here for a few more rows of parsnips, so I think I'm going to sow some direct. Now at the other end of the root veg bed, away from the chicken manure pellets that I've just put everywhere, this is where I'm going to sow my carrots directly. And I'm going to use exactly the same method as I did last year, which I call the Mike method, because one of my plot neighbours, Mike, told me about this, and it worked really well last year. Because we've got such heavy clay soil here, he said he digs a trench, he fills it with spent compost, and he sows his carrot seed on top of that. And last year it worked a treat, so I'm going to do it again. I've already chosen my varieties. I've just chosen 3 varieties because I will probably sow more in my potato bags once I harvest my potatoes. So I've chosen Autumn King 2. These are the free trial carrot seeds that came from Foster's when I ordered my giant onion seeds, and they are a variety called Burlicum type, carrot Burlicum type. Okay, we're going to give them a whirl, why not? The final variety I've chosen is not actually a variety at all. It's because I've discovered that lots of my carrot seed packets were leaking into the little envelope where I keep them, and I have a whole load hanging around at the bottom. I don't know what variety they are. There could be anything. There could be anything. So what we're going to do, rather than waste them, is we're going to sow them and find out. So, trench first. That means I need the spade. Ugh. So that's 3 trenches dug. And all the soil that I've been collecting into my wheelbarrow is not going to go to waste. It's actually really lovely soil. I'm going to use everything in the wheelbarrow to top up. I've got a bed over there and the level just seems to be so much lower than everything else. So I've been looking for a way to top that up, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'll do that first, and then I'll get my spent compost and fill those trenches. And the last thing I've done is I've covered my carrot sowings with a board, which wasn't quite big enough, so I had to go and find a couple of planks to finish the job. I did that last year. Again, I think that was Jen of plot number 13 that advised me to do that. And it basically stops the seeds from drying out, because if carrot seeds dry out, they die. So that it keeps them moist, it keeps them dark, and it helps them to germinate. You do have to keep checking it though. I'll have to check in a few days' time and see if they're germinating. And as soon as they are, I'll whip them off and put a net on against the carrot fly. It's always something, isn't there? There's always something. Anyway, I feel like I've got quite a lot done today. I'm going to go and check on my giant onions one last time before I go home. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.